Heyo.
Heyo!
So,
Check out Icarus. Link down below in the description. Fun times.
check out your hair.
My hair is a little wild. It was raining a lot today, guys. Like a lot. Like a lot. Like a lot. And my hair needs to be cut badly.
Yeah.
But it costs money. I don't want to spend money to cut my hair. But I need to. Because it's getting out of control again.
I can't with your cowlick. Now you're just trying to make it bad.
Yeah! Check out me and my Austin spiked hair.
Let's just lay that back down. You need like water or something to deal with your cowlick.
So, yeah. Stuff. Icarus. Lots of fun. Check it out. Link down below in the description. Fun times. Icarus is fun. Viper likes it. Eli likes it. Will you like it? I don't know. Check it out.
Jock's down here.
Unfortunately, I found out that my recording got all wonky on most of my recording of Icarus. I think I fixed it. I won't know until next weekend, which is until next better weekend, which happens to be the weekend I'm going on the men's run. That's coming soon. Here we come, fun in the sand. Hopefully this year I won't flip. I'll link that down in the description below too.
I think that's up to Cam because he's the driver.
Last year we took it's a pretty good tumble.
I think Cam watches us. Cam, don't flip him.
Yeah, sometimes he watches us. So that's exciting. And after that, it's Idaho. I'm still debating if I'm getting the Monday off or not. Columbus Day, or Indigenous Peoples Day.
I'm pretty sure we have that off. Why would you think it wasn't?
Because no hours have been added to it yet. You know, like in your paycheck stub. But then there's nothing later on either. Like I checked through like December and stuff. We do get the Christmas Eve off this year. We don't usually. Because Christmas falls on a Saturday, we get the Christmas Eve off the Friday. Same thing for New Year's. So we get 2 3-day weekends in a row. So that'll be fun. And we'll see where I am when that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's exciting. Some good content coming up. I saw some... I think we've gone on one walk with Cam, which I'll be putting out pretty soon here. But I did want to talk about our newest thing. It's kind of like a home vlog, kind of like an adoption update. Call it adoption update.
No, we have not progressed further in the process yet.
We have, though. We have.
I mean, in regards to getting closer to adopting a child.
Something stinks. Is that you? You stink.
If I tell you, will you cut it out of the vlog? Hi, Jock. Oh, jeez.
But anyways, so there's that. Yes, adoption process. We are continuing to raise me on GoFundMe. I link that every now and again. Maybe I'll link it in this episode too. We're not doing terrible. We got some good support for the GoFundMe. How much have we raised so far?
Almost 23, I think. So
$2,300. How much you've raised so far?
But we still have to. The rest of the process is still $31,200.
Yeah, but the next step for us, which is the home study, is $5,500. So we're pretty much halfway there. Yeah. I know if you guys can, great. I know if you can, I understand it's tough times right now. But if you know people who might be able to help out or interested in helping do people adopt, yeah, let them know. I'll link that down in the description below. I don't like asking people for money very often. There's Jock. He's blocking the picture. Did you want to be in the vlog, sir? Did you want to be in the vlog, sir? Oh, yes, you can give me kisses, huh, my bud? This boy's a lover, I'll tell you.
Adoption class, did you like it?
It has some really good information. Yeah, there was a lot of information I didn't know. A lot of things to consider. Jock didn't like it because we were gone and they had to be creative for part of it.
Yeah.
But he's happy at the moment.
Yep.
Smells something in the air, I guess. Do you smell something in there, Jock?
You're just happy to be in my lap.
You happy to be in her lap, huh, bud? But anyway, so, yeah, what were your thoughts on adoption? What did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good. Of course, I would like to, be further along in the financial aspect of it. I feel like I'm getting old, and I would like to have a kid.
She's 32, guys. She's not that old.
I'll be 33 in March.
33. Ooh.
I feel like it's higher on my priority list than it is on yours.
Dutch is a priority for me, but for me, I'm working more towards getting a home. Because then, of course, we could get some of the money by taking out a mortgage on the home after we pay it down for a little bit. So that's what I am shooting for at the moment. Of course, we're still a long way away from both, but plus the market being so crazy right now, I don't know what's going to happen. But anyways, so yeah. What else do you think about the adoption process?
I think that it's much too expensive.
It is too expensive. I don't know why it's so much money. You think there's... I mean, I guess there's not that many kids. There's not nearly as many kids out for adoption as there used to be. I'm sure that's why the price tag is a bit higher. But
I don't know. I know that there's... Was it... Okay, it's like... There's a price breakdown that I look at it from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
There is like over 20,000, I think, goes to birth parent expenses.
Oh,
over 20,000 of what you pay goes to birth parent expenses.
Yeah.
So.
Which I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, but okay, but come on, Dum. There you go. All right, come on my lap. That's fine.
I don't know.
Oh, you got your new ring.
I did.
That was supposed to be your new wedding ring that you lost, but then we found it. And I'll link that one down in the description below, too, also.
Who knows? We may, we may end up, like, after the home study process, we can apply for grants.
Which they do
There's
exist.
There's no guarantee that you'll get them.
Yeah, they're
but you can apply for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe you can apply for multiple.
And then my mom was saying that there's actually a special grant you can get through the hospital that will cover the in vitro. So, yeah. It's supposed to be, like she said, 99% effective. I don't know if that's true. I know that seems a little tiny bit high. But there's grants for that, too. For having kids naturally. But anyways, class was pretty good. Pretty entertaining. I learned a lot. A lot of information that I didn't know.
There were 3 couples other than us, but one of them left.
We had a 4th couple, but they left at the first couple hours after our first break. Not sure why. I think they're a little more afraid of COVID than we are. Because, yeah, they just seemed to be really uneasy. So they left, and then it was just 3 couples left. And we were actually the youngest of the couples, I think.
Youngest and, I think, least professional.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, the teacher, but his wife was a lawyer. Then we had 2 people who are PhD psychiatrists or psychologists.
Yeah.
So, and then there's us. So,
yeah.
And they seem to be a lot older than we are, maybe like 10 years or something older than we are. And that's what people do once they get to a certain age. We wanted to start earlier than that. Because, I prefer not to be adopting a kid when I'm like 47. Because I would if it comes down to it, but your body and attitude change, and
I sure hope it doesn't take 10 years.
And it's more difficult for you to handle like the crying of infants and stuff as you get older. And so I prefer not to do that. For even getting up to 40 is probably still challenging, but dang, I'm getting old.
You're not old.
I'm getting old, guys.
You're not old.
But yeah, the class gave us a lot of good information. I learned a lot about adoption. It was really interesting to especially see how the people who are being adopted feel, what they want. You would think that maybe they wouldn't want to really know anything, but most of them actually want to know their story, whether it be good or bad. And you think that most kids who are given up for adoption, it's because the parents don't want them, but the actual fact is that's not true, because they didn't want them, they just, get rid of them. And so it actually... There's a lot of testimonies from women who gave up their children, because they couldn't take care of them, but they still wanted to have a child. So our form of adoption is going to be more open, most likely, and so there will be some birth-parent interaction, which I'm fine with. I think it's good for the kid to actually know their biological parents also.
Okay.
And so you can get a closed adoption, but that seems to be really hard on the kids, especially if they find out way later on in life.
Yeah.
Even
they're
like
saying
12.
that you have you talk about their story and you don't let their being adopted be a secret.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be,
Yeah, and then there's one, because we watched a couple of YouTube episodes also from a series. Do you remember that series was called?
The Adopted Life?
The Adopted Life. And there's actually, there's a child on there, and he didn't find out he was adopted until he was 12, and it was really, really devastating for him, and so that was hard to see how much it upset him. Mm-hmm. So there is a possibility that they're going to want no interaction, but that's pretty unlikely. Mm-hmm. And it's good. I mean, I think it'd be fun. You'd be able to bless someone. And it's interesting. You think that it'd be like a lot of young mothers and stuff having babies and giving them for adoption. Well, I'm sure there is some, but the majority of adopted babies born are, what they say, between 25 and 34 or something like that. Yeah. So they're all older adults. And some of them even have multiple kids. Like, they'll have 2 or 3 kids, and then they just, maybe they don't have the resources, or maybe they just want to bless someone else. And so, it's not just, unwed mothers, which is, I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know how important it was for the kid to find out their background. And so it was a really good class. It really opened up a lot of enlightenment onto how the adopted child feels, and how important it is to at least let them know they are adopted at an early age. And obviously you go through stages. You don't tell them everything right off the bat, but age-appropriate information.
I think it also maybe kicked you further into, wanting to move quicker towards that than previously.
Quicker towards adopting?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I want to adopt a kid, obviously.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying that, just get that feeling. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to wait forever, but I also don't want to, adopt a kid and not have the means to take care of them. But we're working towards it. We're saving up a good chunk of money. So I think once we get in the house, we'll be a lot closer.
Once we get into a house, I'm going to do like that other couple did, and I'm going to start, getting a room ready. Mm-hmm.
Because there's this option. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens more than you think. There are surprise babies. Meaning the parents, maybe they thought about giving up their child for adoption, but they actually never signed the paperwork or talked to any organization about it. And so all of a sudden, they're giving birth. They're like, I want to give this child up. And so then you get people, what's our Boys and Girls Resources?
Boys and Girls Aid.
Boys and Girls Aid is there a lot of times in the hospital, and they step in those situations. Yeah. And then you literally could get an email. You have to respond within an hour. Yeah. And then you could literally have a baby.
Within an hour. You could have to, there'll be a time limit. Yeah. On it. And you have to make that decision, whether you're not, because you have to make what they call a family book. Yes. Which essentially is just about your life for the birth parent.
Your likes, your dislikes, kind of everything you do as a family. It kind of gets, because what happens is it's a process. Like, you see the profiles of birth parents, and then based on their profile, you decide, yes, this is the child I'm interested in, or no, this is the child I'm not interested in. Yeah. And then if you say yes, then it's their turn. They look at your profile, and they say, this is the family I see my kid doing well with, or this is not the right family for me. Yeah. And so it's kind of this process you gotta do.
Which it's called matching.
Yeah, matching. And so you don't get that, though, with the surprise babies. It's a very, very quick process.
Yeah. I mean, you have, what they really, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what they said was, when you look at the birth parent profile, unless you 100% know that, you could respect the wishes of the birth parent and everything, you need to be 100%. You can't be on the edge, because if you say yes, you show your family book, and then they say yes, and you come back and go, actually no. That's
devastating for all parties, especially the parents.
Yeah. So you need to be 100% sure. So what I was thinking, and I think I talked to you about this, was to kind of know what are things that would cause us to say no to showing our family book. Mm-hmm. And one of those things I already know would be one where I wouldn't show our family book is if they say, I've already picked a name and I want you to keep it. Well, sorry, no. you know.
I would maybe go with that if they're willing to go middle name. So you choose your first name, you keep their first name as their middle name. That's a possibility. But what's nice about the organization we go through is that, I mean, there are surprises, of course, but a lot of times these women come to the organization for help and saying they want to adopt their kid. So they typically get like all the medical help they need. I'm sure they get all sorts of assistance, you know, they're taken care of. And you actually get to build a relationship with the birth parent in most circumstances. So you can
if it's not
get to know them and stuff.
If it's not a surprise baby, then generally you meet with the birth parent and you can kind of build up that relationship prior to the baby being born. And and then what I thought was really cool was when they were talking about after when the baby's born, you know, then you stay at the hospital too with the baby.
Yep, you stay in the room right next to the birth parents.
Yeah.
In most circumstances.
Yeah, and what they were saying was that the baby kind of goes back and forth during the night.
Yep, between both parents, because you still want them to have the relationship built with their birth parents, but you also want to build a relationship with them also.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of information. It's very interesting. It's a process that's required by Oregon in order to complete the adoption process.
10 hours of training.
We get certificates.
Yeah, they're in the other room though.
I think I make a thumbnail. Make a thumbnail.
But then we also got this. It's like a fat book.
Giving you more information and stuff.
Yeah. Talks about stuff that we talked about, but also, you know, more than that. You know, it's a lot of information. Obviously, they couldn't cover everything in the book in 2 days.
Yeah.
And then there's I think it's a birth parent panel that we have to
do on the 6th of October. Which is like right before I go away on the men's run. It's a little panel. And that was one cool thing they did. They actually did bring in parents who had adopted two different stories.
Yeah.
One having the time to build the relationship, you know, with the birth parents, and the other one, surprise baby. So you got kind of both sides of the story and the benefits and difficulties of both. So it was a very good class. I'm glad we did it. It was 2 days, which was kind of a big pain in the butt, but less 10 hours in a lifetime for a child, honestly, you know.
And it was, the only thing that I didn't like was it was, you know, way across town.
Yeah, it was a little bit, 45 minute drive, but.
Yeah. What I thought was cool from that panel that we got to see where they were, you know, talking to the adoptive parents was that the family that did have the surprise baby, like they were prepared to, I mean, you have to be prepared to be in that waiting situation.
Yeah.
You know, trying to match a year or more. You know, so you have to be willing to wait, you know. But they were in that waiting pool for 4 months.
That was the encouraging part for me.
Yeah.
Because the two different families, they both had a child very, very quickly.
They matched pretty quick.
It wasn't a really long drawn out process.
That second family, the family that with the surprise baby, one thing that made me feel better was when they said, well, you know, we're kind of boring. Who's going to want to pick us?
We're not boring. We're exciting.
I think there's probably more exciting people out there.
Nope. We are the most exciting people in the universe.
We're nerdy.
We are nerds.
Yeah. We have 2 dogs.
We do have 2 dogs.
Yep. And we play computer games all the time.
Play computer games. We go on hikes. We go on vacations, though. We go on beach trips. All sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Which you guys would know. If you don't, subscribe to the Salyers. 46 subscribers. See if we can get to 50.
I was actually thinking about things today because, you know, like, it just makes you think about things. And like my mom and probably your mom know, under the agreement that, like, you know, it was gonna be like, you know, like it was gonna stay between us, like when we get matched and whatnot, because there is always that possibility, you know, that the birth parent can change their mind, you know.
It's very unlikely.
So, well, yeah, it's very unlikely, but it happens.
But it's possible.
So I think that when we get to that point and when we match, until it's a done deal, until, like, you know, it's at the hospital, they sign the paper. I don't think that I could wait until, because it's at 3 months after birth is when it's finalized. I don't think I could wait till that long.
Yeah.
But after the papers are signed and whatnot,
the baby's yours quickly,
yeah.
but and they can't really change their mind. It's very, very difficult too. But the actual process to completely 100% finalize it does take 3 months.
Yeah. Well, they said they come out at 1 month and they come out at like 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah.
And then they send the papers and whatnot.
Just to kind of make sure the kid's healthy and safe and all that. Because you never know. People can appear nice on the outside, but be crazy.
Yeah.
But we're not.
No.
Well, maybe a little crazy. Especially me. That's okay.
Yeah, then, I wouldn't tell a whole ton of people. I would tell, like, my mom and your mom. And,
yeah.
And then, after kid's born, and maybe, we've had, a few days or a week or whatever, then I would tell people.
Hey, Jazzy Pizzazzy.
So.
Yes. So anything else to add? I think that's a pretty good coverage of what we did.
Yeah.
Just giving you guys a little bit of an adoption update. We're progressing. Next big thing for us was a financial end, which, well...
Click that link down below, please, guys. Anything helps.
Mm-hmm.
Help us achieve our dream. It's not like we want to crowdfund the whole thing. Obviously, that's not the case.
Just getting a little help if we can get it. And we get it. It's hard. Especially if we don't know people very well.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a lot of extra money. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, or know people who can help, that would be freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. And we always thank the people.
Yes.
Even if it takes a little bit, because sometimes we miss one.
Yeah, I had one the other day where I was like, oh, no, I'd never... Because on the GoFundMe, it gives you the option to send a little note of thanks. And I do that with everybody who donates. I do that. Mm-hmm. I just happened to miss this one for like a month. And then I was like, oh, no! Yeah.
Usually, Kelly also tends to contribute a little extra money, too. Because, unfortunately, you have to pay a fee, when you're doing the whole GoFundMe.
Yep.
And so she usually, makes the difference in the fee they take out, which is, 10% or something like that. I
generally will go even above that.
Mm-hmm. And me... Well, I'm really focused on the house. But after the house is bought, then I'll be focusing a lot harder on raising the money, too.
Which hopefully soon.
Process.
Hopefully soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's places that are within our budget, I think. So.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good adoption update.
Yep.
So, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click on the bell to be notified when we release new content.
Give a thumbs up for Nate's cool shirt.
Yeah, you can't really see it, but it's cool.
Superheroes and Jesus.
It's actually in my birthday vlog. Maybe I'll link that one down too so you can see what it actually says close up.
It's just awesome.
But yeah, so there's that. Check out the links in the description.
Do we have any affiliate links? Do you put affiliate links on there anymore?
I do.
Affiliate links, check them out.
Gears are the phones and the cameras we use, and we use them in different things. So yeah, that's there too if you want to check it out.
Check out some of our other videos, like some of our... We went to some cool parks. Check out those.
Gumdrop Park.
That's a park. I don't know.
So you guys can check that one out if you want to. It was one of our interesting experiences.
Really, though, I think really one of the really cool ones, just because it was a really nice walk and it was just cool, and there was all those doggos. Is check out the Sandy River Delta opening.
Yes.
Right?
That's
that
not
was really
Gumdrop
cool.
Park. That's one that we're going to put out pretty soon here.
Oh, it's not out yet?
It's not out yet.
Oh.
Because last week I did Roller Coaster Link.
Teaser, then!
Yes.
That one was really cool because you walk down and there's the river and there were a ton of dogs.
It was really cool.
And you could have dogs off leash.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
We started off with Jock off leash. Then we put him back on the leash. We took Jazz off the leash. And then walking back, we had them both off the leash.
And they were very well behaved, and they walked forward and waited for us and came back and didn't wander too far.
There was one point where Jock, I think, like went around a bush and then came back to us.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Jazzy, though. Jazzy got a little sick.
Yeah, she did. I think it was a heat.
Yeah.
And she's a chubby little thing.
Yeah. Tig was off leash too, huh?
Yeah, he was. She's a chubby little thing, and it was. I think we hiked like 3 or 4 miles, so it was a good walk. Maybe it was 2.5.
It was flat though, so
easy walk, but it was a walk.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so with that said, new content every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday are games on Umber Shadow Gaming, and the last day of the month, which tends to be a little later,
taste test
is International Taste Test. This month we are doing, where are we? South Korea? No, we're doing Taiwan.
I think it's Taiwan. Yeah.
Taiwan.
Which we really need to finish filming.
Yes, it is now.
It was one of those ones where it's the 27th.
September 27th.
It was one of those ones where neither of us was super excited about what was in the box.
Yeah, it wasn't that much good stuff in there, but we do need to finish off, and they're fun. And it's cool to try out different foods from different places.
Yeah, there was something that actually surprised you. That's in this box. So yeah, there was chips that we ate that.
Oh yeah, they were better than they sounded.
Yeah.
But yeah, also releasing the content every Thursday and Saturday doesn't always happen.
It depends on his work schedule.
Sometimes it's a Friday. I try to do 2 a week regardless. Sometimes it's only 1. Generally I'm good at getting 2, but sometimes I just put one out, Icarus, like Sunday night.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cool game.
It's not my best recording ever, I'll admit that, because I didn't know what I was doing. But if you're just kind of curious about this game, which is in early access, beta weekends.
Usually he will, if it's a new game, you'll usually play it for a little bit before you do some recording to kind of get an idea. But with Icarus, with it being beta weekends, you have a short amount of time, and he wanted to get it out there pretty quick.
So I got a whole bunch of that content recorded too. I think I probably did 3 or 4 episodes.
So watch him build his house and lose his house and build his house, and weather is brutal. From what I've seen.
Weather is brutal, and so is fire.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to make fun of you. I just feel like that was the process that I saw you having to go through.
It is brutal. It is definitely a true survival game. So yeah, it is cool. Check out down below. If
Viper and Eli are out there, hi guys.
Hey, I might buy Viper the game and play with them.
I think maybe they get excited when we say hi to them. I don't know.
But yeah, so I think with that said, do you hear that? Adventure is calling. Bye, guys.